影城虽然是独立个体，但它所产生的连锁经济效益可说是相当广泛。从影视人才、器材设备、酒店住宿、膳食、旅游到建筑领域，都是由自由工作者或者中小型企业提供。影视的经济带动力到底有多大？2015年至2020年期间，伊斯干达马来西亚影城 IMS 就通过承接影视拍摄与制作活动，创造了11亿令吉的直接收入，并且间接为周边领域带来高达40亿令吉的收入。当外国摄制团队来到影城拍摄时，给本地商家带来的好处包括物流、交通、器材租借、美术设计服务、道具制作、健康与安全服务、艺人管理、妆发及服装设计等等，这些都是从影视拍摄延伸而出的需求。摄制团队如果能从影城就近取得这些服务，也可以替他们自己省下不少开销。因此，本地人如果有能力为他们提供这些服务，就能成为这个经济大蛋糕的共享者。
So, Iskandar Malaysia Studios was Khazanah's anchor investment into the creative media industry, and its objectives were twofold. Firstly, to catalyze the Malaysian creative industry through building an ecosystem of support services and talent. And secondly, to promote foreign direct investment into the Iskandar region. So before Iskandar Malaysia Studios, there was no production infrastructure that was able to support large-scale international productions. So the productions that came into the country before then were typically smaller location-based productions. Since we were built, we were able to accommodate and host bigger, larger-scale international productions with far larger budgets. And these productions would hire typically local talent and will engage with local SMEs, equipment suppliers, post-production, hair, makeup, set construction. So the spillover into the overall economy is very significant and pronounced. So before Iskandar Malaysia Studios existed, productions that came into that Malaysia was able to accommodate were typically smaller budget, location-based productions. Malaysia didn't have the sound stages and the equipment to be able to support large-scale productions. So what we have done was invest in a purpose-built facility with sound stages, with workshops, with attached hair and dressing rooms, everything that a large-scale production will need when they're filmed here. Since Iskandar Malaysia Studios was incorporated, we have hosted over 40 productions, and in total more than 8,000 direct jobs were created. So these are crew and cast hired by the production. In addition to that, there's been a lot of indirect jobs being created as well, through the engagement of SMEs and service providers. And we estimate up to 24,000 jobs have been created since we started.
有在关注影视圈消息的各位，相信对尤德良 Leslie Yu 这个名字并不陌生。来自大马的他，如今正在国际影视舞台大放异彩。他曾在 Netflix 美剧《马可波罗》担任美术指导，观众在剧中所见的蒙古营地，就是尤德良与团队在伊斯干达马来西亚影城 IMS 所搭建的。也因此，尤德良与大马国家电影发展局及 IMS 合作，开办了影视艺术部门的培训，不吝啬与后辈分享他自身的实战经验，希望能拉近学员与国际制作水平的距离。
Yeah, so Leslie is a very good example of, someone who came from design and kind of built his skills over the years to be a very prominent and a very talented production designer here. And he started, from the bottom, got experience, through multiple productions, and now he is, I would say, extremely well known internationally. So he's worked on things like Westworld in Singapore. He's worked on Asia's Got Talent. He's now in UK. So we partnered with him earlier this year to provide production design training to film school graduates as well as existing industry practitioners who are looking to move departments into production design. And that was in collaboration with Finas. It was a 5-day training. It covered all aspects of the practicalities of production, how do you deal with the producer, but it also went into quite a lot of technical detail in terms of how to use certain software to develop sets, how to work with the director of photography, for example, on lighting, how to work with the set dresses on certain periods or sci-fi. Iskandar Malaysia Studios is very well known internationally, especially in this industry. And we have developed our reputation over many years. And I think the benefit that we have is that we are accessible not only to the Western, UK, US productions, but we also are very, very accessible and very competitive for East Asian and Chinese productions as well. So we get the best of both worlds. It is also a very exciting time for this industry. The spend on content has never been higher than before. And the number of platforms and broadcasters who are producing content has also never been higher. There's been a mushrooming of OTT services, such as Netflix, Amazon, Disney+. Even here locally, between Viu and iFlix, WeTV, iQIYI from China, all these platforms are busy commissioning and creating content, and they're looking for places to film. So we have a real opportunity to facilitate and help some of these productions being produced here, especially in Malaysia. And we are also studying very closely new technology that has been developed over the years, especially since COVID. When there's been a lot of restrictions in terms of traveling and filming, there's been an adoption of new technology, remote production, using LED panels instead of green screen, like what they use on The Mandalorian. So we are also exploring developing and investing in some of this new technology to remain competitive. But it also gave us time to really think about the future, think about how we can improve our processes going forward, and it also created the environment of innovation as well. Through developing these new technologies. And so going forward, even after the SOPs are lifted and after the travel restrictions are lifted, we expect that the industry will not go back to exactly how it was, right? There is a new normal even in the production space, and we need to adapt, and it is an opportunity for us as well. Most experienced studio operator. And so our relationship with them was that they helped us design the facility, and they helped us with branding and marketing for a period of years. But what we found fast forward to 2019, when the contract was up for renewal, we found that our reputation and our credibility of this studio was strong enough to stand on its own. And that's why we mutually agreed to separate from Pinewood. But at the end of the day, Pinewood was just a brand. The company and the facility has always been owned by Khazanah. 了。